Assalamu alaikum, dear students. How are you? I hope you will all be fine. So many students ask that what are the forms of be because these days we are doing the correct use of the verb. So the students are asking that if be is there in the bracket and we have to use it in its correct form, so what are the forms of be? So today we have to discuss that what are the forms of be and how we have to use them in the sentence according to the tense of the sentence. So let's start with the lecture. Be verbs are just one form of auxiliary verb. What do we mean by auxiliary verbs? By auxiliary verbs, we mean helping verbs. They also have their own form. Like you can see, these are the different forms of be: is, am, are, was, were, been, and being. These are the different forms of be. If be is there in the bracket, and you have to change and you have to use the correct form of be, you can use these forms according to the sentence. Yes, in this chart, you can see different forms of be. If your sentence is written in the present tense, if the if you translate the sentence as you see that sentence has been written in the present tense, so the present form of be is am, is, and are. If the sentence is in the past tense, like signal words are used like yesterday, previous day, previous night. So for that matter, the past form of be will be used and the past forms of be are was and were. If you have to use the sentence in the past participle, the third form of be is been. And in the case of continuous sentences, where the continuous tenses are used in the sentences, you have to use being as the verb of be or as the form of be. And most of the time, being is used in the case of passive sentences. So these are the different forms of be. You have to use them in the sentences according to the tense of the sentence. Now, used with I. We always know that am is always used with I. He, she, it. Is always used with the pronouns he, she, it, or with the singular noun. You, we, they, we use are with you, we, and they, or with the plural noun. So these are the different forms of be. These are the different present forms of be: is, are, and am. Yes, this is the past form of be, was and were. With the singular subject, we use was, and with the plural subject, we use were. So this is the main difference between the usage of was and were. And always remember that they are always used in a sentence which is written in the past tense. And how would you know that the sentence is written in the past tense? The signal words will tell you, like yesterday, previous day. So these are all the words which would tell you that the sentence has been written in the past tense. So if the sentence is written in the past tense, the past forms of be will be used. And what are the past forms of be? They are was and were. Then we come to the third form of be, which is been. It is always used with have, has, and had. So these are the different examples. You can see that in all these examples, we have used the third form of be, which is been, and it is always used with has, have, and had. Has is always used with the singular subject. Have is always used with the plural subject or I, and had is used with all subjects, whether they are plural or singular. And the past participle form of be is been, and it is always used with the passive sentences. Whenever you see that you have to make a passive sentence either with a present continuous tense or a past continuous tense. So you need present participle form of be. And what is the present participle form of be? That is be. So this was the lecture of today. So I hope that your idea with all the forms of be will be quite much clear. And now there will be no confusion whenever be will be there in the bracket, and you have to use it in its correct form. So you already know all the forms of be. So according to the context of the sentence, according to the tense of the sentence, and according to the signal words which are there in the sentence, you can easily use all these forms of be. Okay, students, Allah Hafiz.